I sold my soul to the bottle. Still none of my friends have left me yet. I'm the same man I was since the age of 13, and I've lived my life with no regrets. If you're looking for some freedom, all it takes is 10 drinks minimum. If you're looking for rhyme or reason, all it takes is 10 drinks minimum.
Oh, wow. Welcome to 10 Drink Minimum. It is Father's Day. And today, it looks like there was just 2. So James wasn't here last week, and now he's the only one that's here this week. Oh, hold on. Let me unmute your mic there. There we go. There you go.
Oh, so now I'm extra special.
How are you doing? How you doing
I'm
now?
doing pretty good. Yeah.
All right.
I recovered.
Well, a lot of people wrote in because the last show was called Smiley is MIA. So I had a lot of people. I'd say probably had about 5 or 6 people, follow up and ask if you were okay. So what happened?
I want to call it the drinker's illness, where you just screw up your stomach so much. But my stomach still doesn't work, so I think I may have actually gotten a bug. Like, I've been eating soup all week, but I spent a good 3 days just throwing up.
Oh wow, that's not good.
And I'm not eating things out of the trash anymore. So
you're not eating things out of the trash anymore. So for people who haven't watched the show for a while, at one point Smiley ate some food out of the trash, and you got botulism.
Yes.
Yeah. So this sickness you had last week, how was it compared to the botulism that you got?
I just thought I got like a stomach flu that wouldn't go away.
Yeah. Do you think it was the coronavirus at all?
No.
No?
No.
All right.
I went and got checked. I've been checked for the coronavirus 3 times now.
Okay. So yeah, okay. So you came out negative.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Still negative.
Yeah, people were like, "Oh man, is Smiley okay?" And then there were people that were like, "You think he's going to be upset with you guys, like the way you guys talked about him on the show?" And I was like, "No, yeah,
no, I loved it. It was great."
Yeah. So what I thought, first of all, I want to say, Happy Father's Day to my father out there, Michael Burnett.
I will second that.
Yeah,
as I have the father in my life.
Oh, and it's funny because he really likes James a lot. James always cracks him up. He can't figure you out. You're just such an enigma to him. I think that's how I feel about it. That's my. He hasn't said that. That's just my watching him and seeing how he interacts with you. He's just
I had a pretty interesting upbringing. It's hard for me to relate with anyone.
Right.
A lot of people relate with me.
Well, it's funny because there's a lot of times people will write in. It's happened more than once, and they're like, more Smiley. And I always answer to that. It's not like we hold you back. We don't sit there and go, Smiley, you can only talk so much. Smiley, you can only say so many things. You kind of just that's how you interact on the show. Am I correct with that?
Yeah, if I don't have a lot to say, especially the last few months, it's like, how was your week? I played a new video game,
right,
for 5 days straight.
Right. Yeah, because you work as a background actor on TV shows and movies, and they're not filming any TV shows or movies right now. So you don't really have any work. Are you getting unemployment at all?
No.
Oh dang! How are you?
No,
how do you survive then?
Tax return, stimulus check, and savings.
Okay, so you just are partitioning it all out till everything starts up again.
Hey, dude, I'm also a trained accountant. I can segment my money.
That's true. That's very true. It's
I
just
had it planned out.
yeah. So it's interesting for people, like, because I feel like you don't talk as much as everyone else. So therefore, everybody's more like, you're more mysterious. You know what I mean? You're like Wolverine back in the day when no one knew his origin. They were like, oh, man.
All we know is that he's Canadian.
Yeah, he may be Canadian. He might have fought in World War II, you know. There was like that
He's
whole
5'8" and he's Canadian. That's all we know.
Right. So I thought maybe, like, it's weird. I did a Q&A show. I've done a couple, and I thought maybe this would be a good time to do like a James Smiley Q&A show. So if there's people watching and they have like I have questions for James, but if you guys are watching, I know there's people watching. If you have questions for James, now is the good time to ask those questions. Wouldn't you say?
Am I the interviewee on this show?
What's that?
Am I the special guest star?
I would say so. They're saying Ming Chen said he's alive. Yeah. James is here. James is alive. Do you have any questions for James Ming? This is a good time to ask him. This is kind of the James Smiley Q&A, show. Since so if you're gonna ask, like, where's Holly and where's Ray? They are spending time with their fathers. Holly's dad lives here. I don't know if Ray is spending time with his father, but I think he's spending time with his girlfriend's father, I believe. So that's where everyone's at. So James, you said you don't know who your father is, correct?
Oh, I know who he is.
You just never knew him. You didn't know him.
Yeah, I've never met him.
Oh wow, okay, interesting. That's interesting.
Never part of my life. Like I said, like my the biggest father figure in my life was a little wire-haired terrier named Mr. Finnegan.
That's funny. That's interesting.
He raised me right.
Yeah.
From the day I was born until the day he died when I was 17.
So I'm going to put up a banner here. Let's make a banner for Smiley, so that people who tune in know what we're doing, what's happening here. Let me get in here. Let's see. Oh, I don't want all caps.
She's up. I made Jello shots this weekend.
You can't eat solid foods, but you're doing Jello shots?
Yeah.
There we go.
It's Jello.
Okay. So here's the first question. It's from Ming Chen. What's your favorite shitty beer?
Oh, that's easy. PBR.
I was gonna say, I was gonna hold it up right here.
It's that one.
I'll go on that same level. What is your favorite? What's your favorite mixed drink? I already think I know the answer to this, but
my favorite mixed drink.
Yeah.
Sambuca and soda.
I was gonna say Sambuca. I was trying to think of the name. I can never remember the word Sambuca. But yeah, they're like, "What's your favorite shitty beer?" And they laughed. Yeah, PBR, man. Pabst Blue Ribbon. What's that?
Yeah, have you seen the show?
Right.
We're all big Pabst fans out here.
Pabst Blue Ribbon. That would be like our dream sponsor. Would be 10 drink minimum. Brought to you by Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Yeah, we'll get you a keg every week. Oh, yay!
Oh, that'd be the dream, right?
We'd have too many kegs.
Yeah. So I have some questions that people asked me, and what's that?
This is what I'm drinking this week because of my shitty stomach. Those are rum and Coke gummies.
Did you make those or buy those?
I made them.
Oh my goodness.
And these are black cherry Jello shots.
What's the alcohol in them?
Vodka for the Jello shots.
Oh, he's asking another question. What's your favorite not shitty beer?
Ooh, La Fin du Monde.
Fuck that is.
Can you look it up for me? I'm trying to remember the brewery.
Le Fin du Mans. Oh, I see.
Yeah, the end of the world, La Fin du Monde.
Let me find out. Let's see here. It's French? No.
No, it's not French, but it's a
Let me find out. It's a brewery out of Quebec. Yeah.
yes.
It's
That's correct.
Unibrow.
Unibrow, yeah.
Unibrow. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
La
maybe
Fin du Monde from Unibrow. That stuff is so good.
Wow, Le Fin du Mont. Okay, I'd never heard of it. Where do you get that at? Do they sell that here?
That you can get that at Anodyne. You can get it at any of the better liquor stores.
Well, I now have to try it.
Oh, it's so good. If do you like a Belgian, like a traditional style Belgian beer?
I do. I'm a huge fan.
You'll love it.
Interesting. Okay.
It'll kick you in the ass though. It's like one of those things. It's like 9% beer.
Oh yeah,
You're
yeah.
like, this is delicious. And by the time you've had a second, you're all, whoa.
He said that's a good one.
Thanks, Jim.
I want to actually put like it's crazy. Like I have the hat on. I have the Sidetrack Brewing hat on. Oh, wrong side here. Here. I don't know if people can see it. Where it says logo on. There we go. And I went yesterday. Like it's weird. Like breweries are open here, and I went there.
I haven't checked it out yet.
And I want to talk about like how they've been doing things during the pandemic. It's kind of cool. So they have this app, and the only problem with the app is it has the fucking worst name. It's and I don't know how to pronounce it. It's let's see. Hold on, let me take my glasses off. It's ARRYVED. It's like Arved. I don't know. It's the name of the app, right? So when you go into Sidetrack, they have signs with QR codes on them, and they tell you like download this app. When you download the app, it immediately only has like 2 breweries. It has Bathtub Brewing in Los Alamos, and it has Broken Trail. So you walk by the bar, and they'll ask you what you want, and once you've signed into the app, and set up all your stuff, you pick Sidetrack Brewing, and it immediately opens a tab on their machines. So
oh wow!
Once you ask for the beer, they bring it to you, and then they put it on your tab. And so there's very minimal exposure. Like they'll
interaction.
Interaction. They'll bring the beer to you and sit it down, but they're not they're not taking your card. They're not doing any of that. So then when you're ready to leave, you just click on the app again and hit pay and tip, and boom, it's done, and then you can leave.
It's kind of nice how further towards the Jetsons we're getting because of this.
Right? No shit, It's really weird. It's like, but it was super cool. I was like, hell yeah. And they had all the social distancing going on, and the wait staff all had masks on. So I was pretty okay with it. I mean, you can only do so much, and I thought that was pretty cool that they had this app. And I just didn't understand why. I don't understand why there's only 2 places now using this app. Like this thing needs to be like everywhere. Like this doesn't need to be during pandemic time. This should just be all the fucking time.
Always, right? Always.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the barcode. Just scan it at your table.
Yeah. Click on our brewery.
You are now table 27. Cool. Yeah. All right.
And our tab is open. Your tab is open, and then they add the beers to it. And every time a beer is added, you can see it on the app. It was cool. I was like I
said, one step closer.
Yeah.
To the Jetsons.
So I want to, big shout out to Sidetrack Brewing. So downtown Albuquerque. And then I want to announce before we get into this James Q&A, at the end of the hour, like I said on last Friday's or last Sunday's show, I will be debuting my new video. And it's a collaboration between me and Marty Crandall from the Shins. And it's pretty fucking dope. It's one of the best things I think I've ever made. So that'll be debuting at the end of the hour. And it's kind of the launch of my own personal YouTube channel. So excited. Should be cool. So but let's get into this. And Smiley has never seen this video, so. But yeah, let's get into these questions here.
Do I have some questions?
Well, I have some from leftover from when they asked, when I did the Q&A. Like there was about I don't know, 6 or 7 questions they asked me, and then anyone in the chat, if you would like to ask a question, feel free to do that. So
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Did anyone notice my hair?
What
do you think about the fact that I can actually put my hair back in a ponytail now?
Well, I remember when you shaved it all off. So it's been that long since you've cut it, huh?
Yeah.
And then you have big sideburns too.
Yeah.
Are you going to shave your sideburns into stars, like starburns?
I'll shave them into whatever once we start filming again.
Nice.
As far as I know, I'm still cast on the same show.
Yeah.
Now I look even extra 70s.
Yeah, that's awesome. What up? I'll bring it. Okay. So yeah, this is like the Smiley Q&A show. So here we go. Looking back at 10 Rig Minimum 2 years ago, what would you say is the big differences from then to now?
From 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, one, we had Billy. Man, so much changed in the last 2 years.
I'd say so too.
Completely different studio.
Yeah.
Billy, like 2 years ago, I was engaged, I think, still, right?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, I think you were, yeah.
Yeah, I was still engaged. We thought Billy was never going to go anywhere.
Right. That's fair.
Things change.
Yeah, life changes.
My own personal, I guess I've kind of, I don't know, I've become a little more responsible as I've grown up.
Yeah. How so?
Well, I went to all the protests and I talked a lot of shit, but I was really only there to work as a medic.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair. So
I did talk a lot of shit, but I wasn't.
Yeah.
I can't hurt anyone anymore.
Yeah, you're not strong enough anymore.
No, I mean you take that Hippocratic oath. You're not supposed to hurt anyone. Taking that first step into healthcare is a big step because you're really saying that you're never going to actually hurt anyone ever again.
Yeah. So all right. So here we go. What do we got here? Do you think that someone asked a question? Do you think that venues and settings of how or where you make the podcast change the dynamic of the show?
Oh my God, yeah. I love doing live shows, and especially like I kind of miss doing the sound for the live shows.
Yeah. Well, we can do that again. You can do it again, I'm sure. I have it so stripped down and easy now. It's not. There's really nothing to it.
It's not the same chore it was back in the day where it was like, I'm trying to juggle 6 mics and get them all even.
Yeah, I got it. I walked up and set the show up earlier in like 10 minutes, And if we're going out to, so the big chore, I mean, it was always like, I feel like he was asking this question, but I mean, I think we both can answer this question. So the big chore was always like getting there, making sure we had a place reserved for us, or not near people, because people tend to get louder whenever you're talking.
With entrance Wi-Fi and a power source. Yeah.
And now, I mean, I could probably, as long as I can connect to Wi-Fi, I can, and then have power. Actually, I don't even really need an access to power, as long as I have because I have everything could be battery powered. Like this camera is battery powered if I want it to be. Our sound mixer is battery powered. So
I forgot about that. Yeah, because
I don't even need power anymore per se.
And if need be, you can plug it into your car.
Or actually, need be, I can plug it into a external like battery, those charging batteries.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
you got those out the way too.
Yeah. I could do that easily because I have, one that has a dual output. So yeah, I mean, does it change the dynamic? Absolutely. Like I posted a show on Facebook the other day of us doing 10 drink minimum at Bar Uno, and that was probably the first time I've never asked for anything from the venue because I just really wanted to do a show there. Right?
It was a fun show.
Yeah. And it was it was just kind of like, we're just going to sit over here in the corner and do our thing. So that's a good question.
I think they gave us like a round or something, or like a couple drinks. They were nice about it.
I think so. I don't remember, but yeah, but I never I didn't go to the guy and say, well, we're not going to come to a show here unless we have free drinks. I never did that. I was just like, yeah, we'll come, because I just really wanted to do a live show at Bar Uno. But that's a good question though. So interesting. Good. Thanks, Will, for that question. So
we're definitely set up. We're set up to do different things now. We can do everything online now. We can do live venues.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting to get back to the studio.
Right. Yeah. So then another question that was asked: who is your dream guest, both local and from anywhere else?
Oh, me?
Yeah, you.
Geez, I don't even know. I'm not like big up on interviewing.
No.
Dream guest, I suppose, would be geez.
Like local, who would it
Bruce
be?
Campbell?
Who?
Bruce Campbell.
Okay, so like celebrity would be Bruce Campbell. I mean, that's a good one.
I would knock that guy's ear off.
Oh yeah.
I've read both his autobiographies, and
that's a good that's a good answer. Who would it be? Who would it be locally?
Locally, honestly, even though I've known the guy for a long time, I would say Joe Anderson. I've never really had a good sit-down talk with him.
Yeah. Oh, I would love. Well, first of all, he doesn't sit down.
Yeah, he does not.
He's like you.
Follow him around.
And for people who don't know who Joe Anderson is, Joe Anderson owns the Sunshine Theater, Bar Uno, Moonlight Lounge, Launchpad, part owner of Inside Out and the El Rey Theater. So I mean, he is the music scene of Albuquerque for the most part. So
and bless him for that.
Yeah, and we got another.
We wouldn't have a music scene here.
Another fan question. Being a fan of the show, this is from Will Fitzpatrick. Being a fan of the show, it's always been like sitting with friends, because you are, and watching them talk. But what makes your guys' blood boil? What helps you with discussion? Interesting. That's an interesting question. That's a thinker.
Two different questions there.
So there's two questions. So what makes our blood boil?
Honestly, or like funnily, like we can't talk about burgers on the show.
Yeah.
Hamburgers
will fucking ignite quite the conversation, apparently.
Didn't know that, but we have very venomous views against each other on yeah.
I thought you and Billy were going to punch each other in the face over hamburgers. I thought he was crazy.
I thought he was going to jump up and spit on me. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. Apparently he is not a fan of the hamburgers from the frontier. For me personally, on the show, like, if I'm doing the show and when I've gotten mad on the show, it's when someone says some fucked up shit. And then they just won't listen. Like it's someone who won't listen. Well, actually what really gets my blood boiling is when people come on the show and like they want it, like not only say yes to doing the show, but then they're like asked to do it, and then they come on and they won't answer shit. Yeah, like if I'm gonna have you on the show, A, it's because I'm interested in you. B, it's because I think you'll help entertain the audience. Now, if I'm like, so your band is touring all over, do you have any great stories? And you're like, no. Okay, well, where can people find your album or music to listen to? I don't know.
It's on Facebook or something.
Yeah, it's like, why did you come and do this? What the fuck was the point? And That really fucking irks the shit out of me. Or when somebody shows up to do this and they're just fucking lit out of their mind on like weed or whatever else, and they can't function, and that really fucking pisses me off. I'm getting mad talking about it right now. James,
or if they come in all fucking prima donna.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh my god. How many times have I been treated as the help?
Oh yeah.
Like,
yeah. There was a show we did. Yeah, there was a show we did with other podcasters, and they treated Smiley like whenever Smiley and I were doing the production, and also we were like doing our show there, and basically we were giving free work, and people came in and were like absolute pieces of shit to both of us, especially James. Like they treated him like he was just some errand boy, and it was nuts, man. And I wanted to be like, I've never even fucking heard of your show, so who the fuck do you think you are?
Yeah, I did an entire like set switch around for 2 different shows.
Oh yeah.
You want some couch over here? And I was like, cool, I can do that for you.
Yeah.
But they didn't understand. And then they're like, I didn't like it. Can I see your boss? I'm like, okay, what the hell do you think you're doing? I did that as
I am the manager, motherfucker. And then I remember I came in and then you're like, well, I guess he's the boss.
All the way down. I'm doing your sound shit.
Yeah. And then I came in and they like started like treating me. They were like, we want you to move the chairs over there and these chairs here. And I was like, okay, go ahead. I'm not your mama. Move the chairs. I don't give a shit. If it's your show, I record what's in front of the camera. If you want it to look like shit, then it will. That's just, I don't care. So the other question, what helps with discussion? I don't see. That's the one question. Like, I don't have a problem. Like, we don't have a problem with. You know what I mean?
It takes practice. When I started off, I was really terrified about non-scripted dialogue.
Yeah.
And what I wound up doing was, honestly, I took an improv class over at Trick Block.
Yeah. But I'm
get used to.
I've never like sat down and we're like 20 minutes in and I'm like, I don't know what else to talk about, guys. We've always found like just we like to, like you said, it's like friends hanging out, and that's what I've always wanted this show to be. And I've recently heard people kind of dog on that, and I'm like, hey man, if you can do 14 years of a podcast where we talk about different things every week for 2 hours with no script, then you can dog on that. If you have to write all your shit out, I'm all for that. That's fine. If that's how you do your show, that's fine. This ain't how I do my show. You know?
No, I remember when you had me on, you were pretty adamant. It's like everyone says that at first, but
yeah.
No, we just win it.
Yeah.
We might have a vague topic to start off with. That's it.
I've went and done other podcasts for with people. And I mean, I was doing one, I'm not going to say who they were, but like the 2 guys hosting it had a Google document open with the outline of the show. And while they were talking, they were constantly like editing the outline for what the show was. And then if they didn't like the way they said something, they would stop. Like they would just stop talking. And then they would go, all right, I'm gonna repeat that, and then I'll edit out the other part later. And they would just like here's how they did it. Like if I'm talking to James and I'm like, yeah, James, I think Frontier hamburgers are great. Hold on. Stop. Yeah,
that in a weird voice.
I think Frontier hamburgers are excellent. And they would literally like later on go and erase the other one. And I mean, just take days to make a podcast. And I was just like, and I'm not saying that's bad. I'm just saying there's no way in ever living fucking hell I could do that. And as a podcast listener, I'm just not a fan of that. I don't like that it's not organic. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I listen to audiobooks for a reason.
Yeah.
The production value.
Right.
That person is acting out the story for my ears.
Sure. So, but that was a good question. I mean, I would say James agrees on that. I mean, like everything we do is organic. Like the only time I edit something out of the show is if someone's on here and they're like, hey, I said where I worked at, and that could be bad, and I'll go back and I'll erase it, But other
Yeah.
than that, it's everything that we do is pretty much here.
Or if the sound quality is complete garbage, we'll just get rid of that.
Let's throw it in the trash, yeah. But that's we don't really have there's no issue. Like everybody always goes, wow, you do a podcast with 4 people. I go, yeah, because whenever there's a holiday like this and 2 of them are gone, there's 2 of us here, So that's why. I mean, I love having all 4 people, but we don't have to. Last week James wasn't here because he's lazy.
I had a lazy stomach. It didn't want to keep anything in it.
Yeah. Well, you throw up on your own time, okay? That's how I feel about it. Just throw up on your own time, James. So
I'm gonna have one of my booze gummies for that.
how I wish I had one. How long have you been doing the show? Do you remember?
Are we on 6 years now?
You're on 6 years?
I think so.
Wow.
I think I started right after I start. Oh no, I almost told people how old I was. Yeah, I think it's.
Oh my God, that would have been big. Smiley doesn't tell people his age.
No,
That's
one of the few things you can lie about and it doesn't bother anyone.
That's pretty good. I like that.
Like, why do you need to know that?
So
you want to know what time I woke up this morning? Does it matter to you?
Right. It's the one thing you lied about and people don't care. So you think how many years you think?
I think it's 6. This might be the 7th now, actually.
Okay.
Definitely 6 years though.
All right, here's another question from a fan. This is from Michael Lucero. What actor/actress would you like to work with?
Specifically?
Yeah. That you haven't yet.
I don't. That's a toughie. Because
that's super famous.
At this point, I would be completely outclassed, as most actors have like training.
Yeah.
And I just wing it and made it this far on natural talent.
But you're in the background, right?
Yeah, but I get principal background stuff. Like I
think what they're asking is like who would you be enamored by working for? Like you're in the background and you're like, holy shit, I can't believe such and such is actually acting in the scene I'm in.
Oh, like Guy Pearce? Yeah.
Okay. That's a good one. Memento.
Like one of those, yeah.
Yeah, Memento, LA Confidential. You've seen LA Confidential, right?
I haven't.
Oh, you haven't? Holy shit, James, you should watch it.
It's one of those movies like Forrest Gump. I'm like, I know it exists.
Yeah. Okay, but it's not like Forrest Gump. It's super gritty and super awesome. Guy Pearce is the main character.
Oh, nice. I should see it, dude. I love him.
I
remember one time I saw him at Anodyne.
Yeah.
And me and my brother ran up to him.
Yeah.
And we just sort of, instead of doing anything coherent, we both just touched him on the shoulder and then like laughed and ran off. We're all, oh shit, he's real.
Michael Flowers, a friend of mine, who did the Breaking Bad set design for seasons 3 through 5. He did a movie with him, and they got drunk together, and he had Guy Pearce sign his arm, and then he got it tattooed on it. Oh
my God.
So like, for Memento, and it said like something like "Remember Me, Guy Pearce," something like that. It's super cool. But I'm just like, that's so badass because Memento, Memento is such a dope ass movie.
Oh hell yeah.
That's a good answer, man. Guy Pearce, huh? Is there an actress or a female actor that you would want to see?
I don't get starstruck very often.
Yeah.
That was one of the times.
Interesting.
And And I don't even know I wouldn't be able to work with them because I'd be too starstruck the entire time. I'd be all, oh.
They're all, sir, you need to move. You need to walk this direction, please.
Stop staring at the actor.
Right,
Hold
right.
on. I want to
Right.
focus in my brain.
That's a good one. Yeah. So Guy Pearson. Is there a woman that you would like to work with?
I would love to work with Michelle Rodriguez.
Oh, cool. That's a good one too. Which Fast and the Furious film would you want to be in? That's a question.
I haven't seen those.
What film franchise would you like to be a principal background extra on?
Oh man, these are all things I hadn't thought of.
You were in the Avengers, so you've already been. You're in the Avengers.
That was my very first work.
Yeah, you were in the Avengers. So what film franchise would you want to be in?
If I could be a running background in any Marvel movie, that would be amazing.
Okay. All right. So
what's that?
You still want to do the Marvel movies, huh?
Who wouldn't?
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah.
What other franchise is worth franchise? Oh, okay. I did just. This is turning into a franchise, and I would love to be in one of them. Okay. Kenneth Branagh is doing the Hercule Poirot, like Agatha Christie movies. Like he just did Murder on the Orient Express.
Yeah.
Then this October, Death on the Nile is coming out.
Okay.
And there's a planned third movie, and I would love, like, if there's any franchise, an Agatha Christie franchise would be great.
That's why my mom loves you so much. My mom loves those fucking movies. And James and her one night just stayed up watching them all one time.
There was a marathon.
Right. Oh, yeah. And you're like, well, we got to watch them all. Here's a question. Here's a question from another person in the chat. This is from Billy Belmont. What's the best patio in Albuquerque now?
I like the place next to my house, Differential, because it's got the huge patio, so you can social distance all you want.
Are they open?
Yeah.
Have you been over there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Chase came in town last week, and we just went over there.
I'm gonna actually say Red Door Brewing. It's pretty damn good. The one over downtown, former Blackbird. They had They had people come in and during the pandemic and paint a bunch of murals on the wall. It's pretty dope, actually.
Well, that patio is gonna beat pretty much anything else, especially downtown.
Yeah, of course. That's pretty good, though.
You have to tell people about it.
Yeah,
also, we have a patio straight to the back.
Right. So here's another question, and this is where someone asked me this, and so I'm interested in what your answer is going to be. What are misconceptions people may have about podcasting?
That seems like more of a question for you.
And I answered it. I'd like to see what your answer is. I answered it on the Q&A.
Misconceptions I usually get is like I try to tell people that it's like a live podcast, that there's like videos and stuff.
Yeah,
that's the main misconception. They think it's just straight audio.
Yeah, well,
which is fine when you say podcast.
I get the opposite. Everything thinks that like a podcast is video because I do video. Yeah, it's like nope, not at all.
So we get opposite answers on that one. Yeah, that's the main misconception.
Yeah,
I'm like, no, there's video. You can see me. I'm like,
this was my favorite question on the last Q&A. What would be your perfect day from beginning to end in Albuquerque?
Okay, well, my go-to was just a lot of naps, but I should probably come up with something better than that.
Yeah, they mean like a day out, like all of your places, going to all the places you would go.
All right. Man, I'm such a homebody now. It's hard to think.
Yeah.
I guess I would go. My perfect day in Albuquerque, honestly, I would go to probably the co-op and pick up some yum yum veggies, and then like this is perfect. Like if I had a car and stuff, I'd go to one of like the two butchers in this town that you can like really get like a really good cut of meat, and I'd bring those home, get them all ready for like a broil. Probably go up to like Gecko's and grab some cocktails in the mid afternoon, and then make sure I got that roast on low, and then go out to, if we still had it, a fucking badass goth night and just dance my ass off.
Nice.
Maybe follow it up with a good show, like if someone's playing.
Yeah. That was kind of close
But
to
in and out
yeah.
of goth dancing and a good local show, and then show up home and have a roast.
You're always making a roast. I've never seen a human being make more roasts than you do. It makes me
They're
laugh.
efficient.
They're efficient. Yeah.
And they're delicious.
And show up home and have a good roast. That's fantastic.
See that bone? You could stew from that, man.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So how this one I always also liked. How does it make you feel when people recognize you out in public now?
Very flattered. It
Yeah.
doesn't happen too often because I don't really put myself out there as much. But I'm very distinctive. Apparently, people can tell me just from the way I walk.
Oh wow. Interesting. And like someone like a couple weeks ago, you were buying booze at the store and someone walked up and bought it for you or something?
Oh yeah, someone got me a tall boy of PBR and said they were a fan of the show. They're all Smiley.
Oh
This
wow.
one's for you. I was
Man.
like, fan of Kendrick Minimum. I'm like, that was cool. How'd you know? All right. Yes.
I bet that tall boy with PBR tastes all that much better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was being all snooty about it with my roommates. I was all, someone bought me a drink at the grocery store.
Yeah. That's pretty funny.
But I feel privileged and like awesome. Like
Yeah.
there's still a small segment of people that recognize me from Midnight Texas.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. Well, I mean, what do you say to the people?
Mainly elderly ladies, but still, it's something.
Yeah. What do you say to the people out there that like write in and they say more Smiley?
I appreciate that too. I just, when I have more material, we could do like a Smiley's corner again, where I just tell about some of the ridiculous things I used to do.
We could always do that for sure. Tell us
endless stories.
Something you tell a story of something you used to do. Ridiculous.
Well, here's one. I was for sure. Yeah, statute of limitations are gone. In like 2006, during like the protests here, there was, we have a lot of police protests here.
Was this for the James Boyd? No, what was the 2006 one?
No, James Boyd was the last one. This was in 2006. It was the police were on their usual killing spree.
Oh, okay.
But very fun. I was at the protest, got gassed. I really have like immunity to it now. I've been gassed so many times. But we threw like a bunch of like red paint onto the police substation.
Oh wow.
Up here, like next to UNM.
Up by the university.
And there's like there's a picture of me and some other folks in masks. And I remember showing it to my boss, and I was like, "That's me." And they're all, "Ha ha ha, that's funny, Smiley." And I'm like, "Whatever."
They didn't believe you.
And I punched a cop in the neck that night.
Wow.
Fucking jumped a fence, scaled a building.
Jesus.
Good time.
Oh my goodness.
Things I used to do. That's why I was making sure statutes of limitation. There's like photos of me vandalizing city property.
Wow, that's funny.
So that's a good example of things I don't do anymore.
Yeah, things I don't do anymore. That's pretty cool. So here's another question. Here's another question. And if you guys in the chat have more questions for Smiley, by all means, keep asking. So this was asked, for the Q&A show. Like I said, what is your goal for 10 drink minimum for the next 10 years?
I don't have any goals for the next 10 years.
Well, that's great, Smiley. That's just great.
Well, every time I make them, someone dies or fucking something happens. All those goals go away, so I stop making them.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll still be here.
Yeah.
I love this show to death. Hopefully we'll be syndicated.
There you go. Now you're talking. Now you're talking. We got another chat. A chat.
An LLC and our own clothing line.
Own clothing line. There we go. Smiley, you talked about police protests. This is from the chat. We've been in those situations, but what do we do to solve issues now? Is there an end game?
Not as long as they keep shooting people.
Right. What could solve?
I'm all about not universal police abolishment, but I mean, we live in one of the most violent police cities in the U.S.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have an extreme view on it because I grew up with the fact that if you talk shit, you're gonna get killed.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what color you are.
Yeah, no. I watched growing up as a teenager in this town. I watched my friend get shot through the back of the head from threatening an officer with a parked car.
Wow.
They just hauled off, shot him in the back of the head, dead. Case closed.
Yeah. So what
you grow up in a state in a fucking city with that mentality? No, like all you want is the police to go away. Like I'm safer without them.
Yeah. I keep looking up because WrestleMania is happening in the apartment above me. Apparently, the Royal Rumble. People are getting thrown out of the ring as we speak. It's like, shit. Bum, 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 bum.
I mean, Endgame. I think Mayor Kelly is doing a fucking great stand. Because when I worked as an ET here, all you did was crisis management to keep the police away. Because once the police came, everything was over.
Mm-hmm.
Your patient's not going to talk to you anymore.
Yeah.
Their blood pressure is going to go through the roof. And all you're trying to do is get that fucking stupid cop the fuck out of your way so that you can actually help someone.
Yeah. That's interesting. Yeah, that's tough, man. I don't, it's a tough situation. And then, we had the situation in Old Town last week. Your friend was the one who got shot, correct?
Yeah, my friend Big Scott.
Yeah. That was a big hot button issue. There was a militia out there.
Threatened him with his glasses?
Yeah. Yeah, that was a really interesting, subject because people, people kept weighing in on it, and it was like, there's video, and then they'd be like, well, that video only shows you a snippet, and it's like, well, doesn't matter if there's video or not. There were witnesses, and there was undercover police and their witnesses, so it's interesting to see how that'll turn out.
Me and my roommate watched all of them that night.
Yeah. Well, there's a video out there before it that's like an hour long, apparently, right? Someone's got
like an hour and a half. There's a couple videos that do the entire thing.
Yeah. Like whose phone battery lasts that long?
That's
the guy who shot. So they're asking in the chat, did the guy who shot, was he militia or no? I don't know if he was militia or not. So the militia that was out there says that he wasn't. I don't think he said that he was.
He didn't seem affiliated.
He didn't, yeah.
The militia guys were straight up, had their guns out. They were in fatigues.
But they didn't
really.
Yeah.
I mean, they would like kind of group and cluster.
Yeah. But
to
I
let
don't.
people
I
know
don't.
they were there. But
I
no,
don't.
this guy was going around just like throwing chicks to the ground
Yeah.
and like shoulder checking people.
Right. Well, then I
And
showed someone the video. Someone was like definitely defending him. And I said, dude, they said he got attacked with a skateboard. And I said, yeah, he got attacked with a skateboard because he attacked 3 women. And they're like, well, I never heard of that. So then I posted a video. I showed them a video where he walks, like a woman's trying to kind of block him, and he grabs her and just slams her to the ground. And then they go,
yeah,
well, I don't know what happened right before that, so I don't know exactly what happened. And I'm like, dude,
nothing happened before that. They were just protesting.
yeah, doesn't
He
matter.
just
He
walked
grabbed
up
this
behind
woman
her.
and slammed her to the fucking ground, and that's why I don't know. I wasn't there, but people
And
were.
that was the 3rd time that he had done that. He just happened to be next to a skateboarder who was like, "That's not how you treat women," and just clocked him right in the head.
And that's what it seemed like to me. But we'll see. I mean, I wasn't there. It's hard to tell. But yeah, that's from everybody that I know that was there. That's what they said.
Okay.
So,
I know the medic on the scene that was there for the protest,
yeah.
and then Scott's own dad is an ex-paramedic, and he was there too.
Yeah. So I don't know. So I think we're just gonna do. We're gonna. What do you believe about defacing vandalism or property? I don't know. So here's how I feel about I don't really want to get totally political on this show. I don't really like to do that. But here's how I
Public
feel.
property? Nah.
No,
I'm okay with public property.
business. If it's someone's
Private
business,
property is just mean.
But
it's like,
how do I feel about the
gonna hurt
Confederate statues and the statues of the Spanish conquerors that came? I don't really, I feel like they should come down. I don't necessarily think we need to go and throw a chain around them and drive off with a truck and rip them down. But I definitely think they need to come down. And when people say like, "Oh, you're erasing history," when the Nazis lost World War II,
am I burning books?
they blew up their statues, their monuments. They tore them all down. And trust me, the German people still remember that the Nazis were a part of their history. The Spanish came here. They conquered with God, gold, and glory. They raped, they pillaged, they murdered. The Confederates lost the Civil War, where they went against the United States of America. You take those statues down, people are still going to remember it, but it's not thrown in someone's face. So that's just how I feel about it. But again, I don't want to get too political because most of it's
we're not at a point in time where we're going to actually forget that happened.
No, but we don't need to celebrate it. That's how I feel. So that's the end of those questions. I think we're just going to do the 1 hour today. Is that fine with you, Smiley?
Sure.
All right.
Works with me.
So I want to,
as long as people can tell me how my new haircut looks. It's not a haircut, but I can do a ponytail now. It's weird. It's freaking me out.
Yeah. So I want to debut. What I want to talk about now is my YouTube channel. So I've been wanting to start one for a while. And it stars. So I've been wanting to start one for a while, and the name of my YouTube channel is Maydow Media, and it's the mayor of downtown media. It's MAYDOW, and I have, I've gotten some cool cameras and stuff, and I've made a couple of videos where, they want the starburns on your sideburns. So I've gotten to make a couple of videos like around my neighborhood, and people really, dug them. And so I got a really cool toy, and I was able to make this really cool video. And my friend Marty Crandall from the Shins was awesome to make the music for it. And if you want to follow me, you just go to YouTube, and it's MAYDOW Media. And this will be the world premiere of this video. The video is called My Neighborhood Part 2. Smiley, do you have anything to promote before we go into this video?
I guess just look for me on Netflix and Daybreak, or on Hulu. You can see me in the 2nd season of Midnight Texas.
Cool. And then Ray and Holly should be back next weekend next Sunday. We do this show live Sundays from 6 to 8. We're not going to do a full 2 hours this week. Hope everyone has a good Father's Day. If you haven't called your dad, call him. I mean, if you want to. Some people don't get along with their father. But this is I really enjoy this video. I hope everyone likes it. If you like it, go and smash that subscribe on my YouTube channel, Made Down Media. And Tay Minimum also has a YouTube channel, so smash that like and subscribe there. And that's all I'm going to promote this week. That's it. And I'm going to pull some of this stuff down so you guys can kind of see everything better. But thank you guys for watching, and thank you, Smiley, for being here. And let me just make that bigger. And without further ado, this is the world premiere. You guys are the first to see this video, and it's called My Neighborhood Part 2. And enjoy. Thank you, guys. We are
10 drink minimum.
There you go. Bye, Smiley. Let me do this. Trying to figure out the best way. I'll just, I'll keep you on there, Smiley. I'll share the screen here.
I'm waiting for I'm waiting for the video too. I haven't seen it.
I'm Chris, and this is my neighborhood. There you go. What do you think,
That was
Smile?
awesome, dude.
Thank you.
I thought we were trying to keep people out of this town.
Right on, man.
Making it look all
See you guys
bloody.
later. You can find that on my channel, and I'm also going to put it up on Instagram TV. So see you guys later.